Hello there, Sunday again, and that means at 6 p.m., which is right now, we do have time for the Your Take Show. So thank you so much for joining us, old people and the new people here today. If you're new here, just know you're in the right place because we talk about everything food, which all of us use, but also how can we make food much more beneficial to our health. Isn't that brilliant? Isn't that great? Yes, that's what we'll be doing on this show today. So here's how you can also connect with me on my other social media platforms as we even go through this show, because it would be important for you to send in your concerns. Maybe you have a question, maybe you have a comment, maybe you have an opinion as well that you'd like others to know about and get shared to the world. So yes, connect with me down on my WhatsApp, that is 0782152610, on my YouTube channel, the YouTube channel name for you to subscribe to and just watch the videos and enjoy more health related content, especially when it comes to food, is Amanda Twebaze Nutritionist. On Facebook, we have a very engaging Facebook community where people really voice out their opinions and concerns. The Facebook page name is Amanda Twebaze Nutritionist. My Instagram handle for you to follow is Food Witness, and also my email, if you do have proposals that you'd like us to talk over, is amanda.chichoncho@gmail.com. Let's head on into the actual show now and start it off with the food throne. In the food throne today, we're going to be doing guavas. Guavas, why? Because guavas are healthy. Guavas, why? Because guavas are nutritious. And what makes them nutritious is their actual content of vitamin C. Guavas are some of the foods that have a very high vitamin C content. And vitamin C, if you do not know by now, is actually one of the strongest foods or nutrients that actually help to fight off infections and just make you stronger. So that means you'll be able to live a longer life because there's so much you're able to battle in terms of disease and infection and bacteria. Vitamin C is also great for your skin and for your hair if you want good quality of those, and if you don't want to get wrinkling quite early, then vitamin C is a great great nutrient for you to go and have, and that's why we should have guavas. There's also fiber in these things, in these guavas, and that fiber is supposed to help cleanse our stomachs, make sure that the food is moving swiftly in the body system and not just either too fast or too slow. It also makes sure that you're able to excrete really well, so you do not have constipation. But if you actually have too much of guavas as well, you could end up having stomach irritation. So you might want to slow it down, have just enough guavas, not too much every single day, and remember to alternate guavas with other fruits, other vegetables as well. So yes, that was guavas for us. Let's head into our discussion room and just discuss what actually is biting out on you and what you really want to know about. So our first question is coming in from Graham. Graham is asking, what can I do to cleanse my stomach? Now, one thing that we should learn from this very important question is, yes, there are different foods we can use and they'll be listed on the Facebook page. So head down there and do follow the page so you get to know more. But one lesson is cleanses should not take a long time. We should not go on cleanses or detoxes for a very long period of time because they are very drastic. They also if you're going through a cleanse, most times you are reducing substantially one particular nutrient, and so your body will actually be deficient in that nutrient at that point in time, and that's why you have to take it easy. Don't take them on for too long because the body at the end of the day needs all the nutrients that it actually requires to carry out with its daily activities, function well, and also not just on average but function in a thriving sense. So yes, go on a detox every now and then, but do not take them on for too long. Too long could be, some people want to do it for a whole month, some people want to do it for a whole 2 weeks. You might want to take 3 days, 5 days, even 1 day is good enough for a detox. So that's what I think we should have learned from this question. Let's go into our second question. That's coming in from Joyce. She says, I have a baby boy of 1 year and 6 months. What type of food should I give him to boost his brain? So when it comes to the first 1,000 days of our little ones, that's the first 3 years of our little ones, we really need to put a lot of emphasis on what they eat because first of all, this is a time when you can actually sort of control what they eat, because you know, as they get older, they get more stubborn and it gets harder to feed them anyway. But the first 3 years is also when there is a lot going on in terms of development and growth, and you really need to have all the greatest quality nutrients that you can actually give your children at this time. So this is what we should learn as we are trying to feed our young children, especially under 3 years, that we should be looking out for nutrient quality other than maybe quantity. Maybe you're looking out for a food that looks big so it can keep him satisfied, and yet in actual sense you should be looking out for food that actually is going to provide healthy oils. For example, you're looking out for a food that's going to provide the best quality protein that there is, you know, like meat, like cheese, you know, like silverfish, the mokene we talked about, instead of giving them, you know, something as bland as just cake or, you know, donuts in the morning for breakfast. You might want to sometimes give them some bread that has seed on it. You know, you might want to give them some plantain with probably a soup. Just make sure that you are giving them quality nutrients, foods that have quality nutrients, as opposed to those that, you know, are just fair or average. And we have different categories. That's what we should know. Even when, let's say, comes to fats, we have different categories of those fats. So there are those that are healthy fats, and then there are those that are unhealthy fats. So you want to also focus on give them a lot of the healthy fats as opposed to unhealthy and processed fats. So that was it. I hope that helps you. But for more food details on what to feed your child for his brain, please head down to our Facebook page. So our third question is coming in from Raimi, and she was asking, how much water does one need to take a day? So when it comes to taking water, of course, you've been told 8 glasses a day, also 3 liters a day. But the truth of the matter is, if you're a person that was, say, taking maybe 200 mils of water every day, or even no water at all, for you it was juice, tea, you know, nothing, plain water at all, you might find it very difficult to just head on to 3 liters, you know, the next day and start implementing that. So you might want to take it more slowly and more gradually, you know, take it one day at a time, as long as you know that you're putting in effort to do better when it comes to drinking your water, so you don't have to jump straight on to 3 liters the next day. How about you start with, if you were doing 200 mils a day, how about you start with this time doing 500 mils for, say, for the next 2 weeks, and then head on to, you know, 700, then a liter, until you finally can get to your 3 liters. What you should have in mind is, as long as you're getting better, that's what actually counts. Even your body will thank you for it, and it will show you the results even as you do that. So you don't have to always just jump onto hitting targets. Let's focus more on creating habits that actually will stay, habits that will be easy to actually you know, form and also sustain over a long period of time. Let's head on to our fourth question that's coming in from Shadia. Shadia says, I'm trying to conceive. What can I eat to conceive quickly? For me, what catches my attention on this question is the word quickly. That is a key word at this point, because it is the pressure that is making her say quickly, quickly, quickly. And yet for beautiful things in life, you know, we actually should have them come at their own pace, at the right timing, when the body is ready. So we need to understand the pressure that is actually constructive for our bodies, because we all need some pressure. Say pressure from doing exercises. That kind of pressure is good because it actually gives you results, right? It will give you those abs, it will give you a toned body, you know, make you have maybe a bulk up of muscle. So that kind of pressure is good, and that's constructive pressure. Pressure in terms of maybe mind challenges, where you actually have to think about problem solving, that kind of pressure is good because it sharpens your mind, and it's great as well for the kids. But there's also destructive pressure. Pressure where you feel, oh my goodness, I do not have time. Oh my goodness, others are giving birth. Oh my goodness, I need to do this and that. Sometimes we put too much pressure on our minds and our bodies, and that kind of pressure, even mentally, actually is what is stopping you, could be what is stopping you from actually giving birth or conceiving. So we need to differentiate between constructive pressure and also destructive pressure. You know, embrace constructive pressure, but kind of try to work through and bring destructive pressure to a low, so that you can actually find the peace to get to, you know, the results that you actually need, on top of having great foods. And we have discussed this on the Facebook page, so head down there and you'll get that in detail. So our last question from the discussion room is coming in from Ronnie. Ronnie is asking, he says, I am asking why I'm not gaining weight, yet I am taking a lot of protein. Now, protein is good, definitely good. But if you use it the wrong way, then you're going to end up losing weight. It's actually one strategy that we use for weight loss plans and programs, where you have excess protein and then reduce on the fat, reduce on the carbohydrate, and you end up finding out that you actually lose weight because of that. Now, if you're not accompanying that excess protein you are taking with another good quantity of carbohydrate and fat, then you're not going to gain the weight that you need. Also, if you want the muscle, then you're not going to gain the muscle that you need. So you need to accompany it as well with carbohydrate and some fat as well, especially for you who that's saying you want to gain weight. Dear Ronnie, I hope that helps. That ends our discussion room. Let's head on into the take of the week. So the take of the week is coming in from Paul by Caranavio today. I'm sure some of you might have heard of this name because he gives quite many opinions, which actually do count. So he says, fasting is great. It's something I do. However, I stopped for a while when I developed ulcers in the stomach. But fasting is good. It helps the system to unclog and break down extra fat. Basically, it gives the body time to breathe. So you see how even machines need some time to rest at some point, and just rejuvenate. The same for you as a whole, you need time to rest. That's why we sleep at night. The same thing for even our digestive system. Sometimes you need to allow them to just take a vacation for a little bit, rest a while, and then get back to doing all the work that they do. I mean, they're working 24/7. Even when you're sleeping, digestion is actually going on at some point. So you might want to take some time off, do a fast at some point. You might want to do a cleanse or a detox some other times, just to give your body or your digestive system that reboot to be able to keep functioning every single now and then. So that was the take of the week. Now we're going into the wellness quote, which is my parting gift to you until I see you next week. So our wellness quote is coming from the famous Mahatma Gandhi, and it says, "It is health that is real wealth, not pieces of silver or gold." So most times we chase after a lot of money, silver and gold, and then we forget to actually take the time out to make our health better, keep our health in check. And so we find out that we can't even enjoy the silver or gold or money that we have actually made. So as you go about your daily life, as you go about being more responsible, as you grow older, think about your health as well. Think about making it come as first priority. Even as you make your money, put time aside for, workouts. Put time aside for learning how to make real meals. Put time aside for, teaching your children, for example, what real food is all about. Put time aside for just making sure that you're healthy, both mentally, physically, and emotionally as well. Just make sure health is at the forefront. So until next week, that was it for this show. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you again Sunday 6 p.m. or on Monday, where the repeat is aired at 10:45 a.m. Until then, bye-bye. Remember that wellness is an adventure.